Hello and Happy New Year! Welcome to all of you that are new, and welcome back to anyone that's watched my videos in the past. My name is Strikeout. It's been a while, but I'm so happy to be back celebrating the new year with a brand new Let's Play. This game has been on my radar for about 2 years now. I haven't pulled the trigger until about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, when it went on sale and the new multiplayer update was released. I've put in about 40-ish hours on the multiplayer and have loved every second of it. I've really wanted to get back into making videos, and I thought, what better way than to try out the single player of this game that I've been enjoying. Now, I know there are a lot of ways that we can customize the gameplay, and to be honest, I won't really be playing around with too many of them. I've considered making it a little bit more difficult, as I felt like it's very easy to fight some of the bandits and avoid some of the more dangerous wildlife, but I figured for this first go around, we'll keep everything normal. The only thing that I've decided to change is the length of seasons. Now we've played about 4 or 5 different iterations of the multiplayer with varying degrees of season length. 7 and anything above feels way too long. We've played as only 2 days and felt that that was way too short. 3 days I think is a good spot. However, I am going to bump it up to 5. The reason is I really want to, role play in this playthrough, and I feel like 5 days gives us a good length of time to not only achieve everything that we want to in a season, but also force me to spread further out for resources, kind of struggle for trees, struggle for ore, as trees take about 2 years to regrow from stumps, and ore obviously resets at every season. 3 days allows me to just go into a mine, pick out whatever ore I need for that particular season, and not necessarily feel any hardship. So without further ado, let's kick into this. I haven't played single player. I know that it is different, but I don't know in what ways. And I don't know
I used to have a simple life.
anything about this.
Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son,
Kind of looks like me.
but at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
Let's start that new life. Giving me Kingdom Come Deliverance vibes a little bit. Perfect. All right. Well, let's start. Let's see what we need to do. Like I was saying, I don't really know much about single player, but I'm excited to get in. Looks like we do have a quest. Start while we're in the forest, collecting a little bit of materials. Collect a stone or two if I can find it. Like I said, I've played about 40 hours of the multiplayer. Done a lot of questing, done a lot of fighting, exploration. It's my understanding that the map for this is different, which I'm really excited for. You know, that the multiplayer map is great, but it's only so big, and I'm really excited to see what this has to offer. I really love the vibe of this game. Just looks amazing. Can actually run on computers, unlike the unlike the remastered Ark that just came out. But yeah, thank you guys for coming and hanging out. For those of you guys that are returning, welcome back. It's been a very busy 6-7 months since I last streamed or made any content at all. In those 7 months, I started a new job. It actually requires me to go into the office 3 days a week. Many of you that are returning know that I worked fully virtual. And honestly, I just have not had the time to create content. I have to drive about an hour and a half to work and then an hour and a half back. My puppy, he's about a year old now, and he's not old enough. We're not going to leave him in his crate for 8-9 hours. One, you know, that's not really cool. And two, I drop him off at my parents' house so my siblings get to hang out with him after school. Let's see what Unigost has to say. Those eyes. Just like him. Wanda's son. Jordan's nephew. His family's separate. It's a shame.
My grandpa used to say, when nothing hurts you, you are dead.
Interesting. Resmir hates Barry. Uncle Jordan is no longer with us. He passed 3 years ago. Oh. Man, that's a shame. Nice.
Do you wish to make someone you like you back using money? Search no.
So it looks like this is kind of a little bit of tutorial. Alright. This is cool. Let's go ahead and open up the map and see what's going on here. Wow, there are a lot of towns. Obviously, these are very small villages, but a lot different than the multiplayer. Obviously, multiplayer is a bit more spread out. But yeah, this is interesting. Craft a stone axe. Thought I got enough for that. Alright. Let's go ahead and chop down some trees. Doesn't appear that there's any restrictions like in multiplayer around certain areas, so I'm assuming I can chop trees wherever. We're gonna go out. Like I was saying, I got a new job. It requires me to go into the office 3 days a week, and Julia, as many of you guys may or may not remember, my girlfriend, she was grad school and she's almost done. Gonna be a doctor in a few months. She goes to school about 45 minutes, 50 minutes away from my current apartment. So we don't have any plans on moving closer to work for me. As soon as we do, though, I'll be able to cut my commute down to about 30 minutes, which should hopefully allow me to spend a little bit more time making content, hanging out, maybe streaming again, because I love hanging out with you guys. I love playing games like this, chilling, shooting the shit. But unfortunately, just haven't been able to, you know, with my new job, have that time. You know, I leave my house at around 7:30, don't get home until around 6:30, 7 every day. As some of you that were in my cooking streams know, I love to cook. I cook dinner, I meal prep. So by the time all that's done, it's about 8:30, and I just do not have the time or energy to make content. But you know, New Year's, thought it would be a good opportunity for me to get back. I do work from home 2 days a week, which means at 5, which is a little bit ago, I got done with work and I'm able to upload videos again. Build my first house. What do we think? Obviously, this will probably be the basis for our new village. I'm gonna see if I can see any mines on the map. Like I said, I haven't looked into single player at all. This area looks like a great area, nice flat area with trees to build. However, I'm not seeing any mines nearby. And mines obviously are a great source of ore. Kind of goes without saying. I think I'm going to check out this area over here and see what that's looking like. But yeah, I actually, a few weeks ago, I have good news. I proposed to Julia and we are getting married. You know, we've been dating since I graduated high school. She was there all those years that I streamed in my college apartment. Then still, when I moved back home, and obviously we've been living together for about 2.5 years. And now that she's finally almost done with grad school, we finally feel like we have the time to undertake the planning of a wedding. So happy to announce that. Spotted some rabbits. I think this is a very relaxing game to get back into making content. I do enjoy longer form content. I plan on making these videos about 30-ish minutes long. I may end this first one a little earlier once I build my house. I might do it in... I see a tent. I might do it in relation to like achievements, you know, building a house, getting the first settler, things like that, where I feel like we're able to kind of break apart the videos in natural ways. Happily take a shovel. Oh, it's an iron shovel too. Beautiful. I am the world's worst spotter when it comes to coin pouches. Whoever I play with inevitably has to do a once-over of my overturned carts or anything along those lines that I find, because I always miss the coin pouches. I wanted to make sure the first one that I stumbled on here I didn't, so we don't have 15 people commenting telling me I missed it. I'm gonna be on the lookout for, you know, that notification in the top left where We just spotted a wolf. Let's go ahead and do a view on wild animals. So it looks like to the right over there, there are wolves. That's something obviously to be concerned about as we build this house. I do plan on ending the series if I do die and starting a new life. Obviously, I've played enough multiplayer to get married, and I know we can have kids. I know you will play as a kid when you reach a certain age. But obviously we're nowhere near that stage in here now. This looks like a beautiful place to build a home. Let's see. Just want to do one more once over. I'm going to go ahead and check out the stone mountains up here. See if there maybe is a mine anywhere. Links. Obviously have to be careful with them. This looks like a great source of stone for, you know, upgrading our house in the future. Don't see any immediate signs of a mine. And I do see that camp over there. I do not see... I see a lynx over there. Don't see any bandits. Like a great place to start a village. We have an iron spear, beautiful. We'll go ahead and arm ourselves. I like to keep my weapons that aren't my bow towards the end. I am going to put my hammer, that iron shovel, might as well use it. You know, I could get a decent amount of money for it, but I feel like at this point, there's no point in getting money. I think that money is easy enough to get by. We are over encumbered. I'm gonna go ahead and eat some of these apples that we start with, just to get under the encumbrance. Let's go ahead and start a house. Like this spot right here. And you know what? I think I'd like to walk out of my front door and walk directly to the beach. You? Alright. Gonna have to collect some stones here. Just have to keep in mind that there are wolves over there. One thing that's nice, and the reason why I decided to build next to this camp, is it gives me a great opportunity to use some of this storage right here. With that said, let's go ahead and go collect some stones. Now, another reason why I wanted to build near these mountains, once I go ahead and craft myself up a pick, I'm able to go and harvest that stone. I think I'm going to make my first house a twig house, and we'll happily upgrade it / build a new house in the future. Go ahead. I believe I grabbed 7 stones. Honestly, wasn't paying too close attention. Clearly, as I almost doubled what I needed. Beautiful. Now again, I could, if I wanted to, change these wattle walls into stone, but I feel like for right now, also given the fact that I can't really craft planks yet, think we'll go ahead and just make it out of wattle. I will be trying to preserve as many stumps as I can. However, the area immediately behind my house, which I'm going to probably build a small farm for myself and preserve this road, I'm not going to bother for now. But as I clear land for the village, we'll obviously have that discussion of what I'm gonna keep and what I'm gonna... Totally. But for right now, clear a little bit of land. I do like these berry bushes in my backyard, so probably wait to expand things in the future. But I honestly think having the resource storage somewhere over there, and then having my house and maybe a few other houses over here, you know, close to the water, separating the residential and production areas would be nice. And then, you know, even having houses go this way, farms go that way, could be a nice aesthetic. But for right now, let's start hammering away. I believe I grabbed a moderate amount of logs. I need to chop a few more trees down, but these first starter houses don't take too much. Also go ahead and get these roofs done. Really enjoy this game. Really is rewarding each step of the way. For those of you guys that maybe clicked on this video and you don't really know anything about this game, eventually we're going to be able to recruit villagers, and those villagers are going to be able to do some of the things that we've been doing: collecting sticks, collecting stones, collecting trees. Very similar to one of those idle sim games, or, you know, a tycoon type game, where as we recruit more villagers, we're able to build things, like I said, like a woodcrafting hut, or a workshop, or a kitchen, or a hunting lodge for meat, or a storage facility, a woodshed, a well, just things that overall are going to be really beneficial to the village, and also take some of the manual work off of our shoulders. And that's kind of what I like about this game, is it has the aspects of an Ark, of a Forest, of a Rust, but instead of the onus being entirely on you, the onus is on you and people that you're able to recruit. Speaking of that, I need to see if I'm missing a coin pouch, which we've already established I am awful at finding. And I think I'm just going to give up on that because I don't see it. Let's go ahead and keep hammering away. Actually, we'll build that axe first before I waste all the stones that I picked up. We'll need... looks like we'll need about 2 more logs. Actually, maybe 4. But yeah, I mean, this game, very chill, very fun. Multiplayer is a ton of fun, especially when you're able to divvy up the tasks. Yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy this playthrough and just enjoy hanging out. They will tell some stories of what I've been up to the last couple of years while I've been busy, and I can hear from some of you guys. Let's go ahead and finish up this house. I think I'll leave the stump here. I think if I do any expanding, due to the wolves, it will be it'll be the opposite direction. I'll let the wolves kind of have their domain, at least until I'm able to buy or make a bow. And once I'm able to buy a bow, we'll start getting some hunting done. Like I said, I do want to roleplay a little bit. Obviously, this character is a farmer and maybe doesn't have the most experience hunting. However, I'd like to think that given where this character lived from that cutscene, you know, they would have some experience hunting. And obviously we can get better at that as time goes on. So I think we'll figure out ways for our character to make money. I think that hunting and cooking is a great way, at least in the early stages before we have any villagers, to get some money and start to carve a life out of this new opportunity in this valley that our uncle founded. You know, given our uncle's reputation, we're probably gonna get some quests and some missions from various people, and we'll be able to start chapter 2 shortly. But I think I'm going to get all of our things in this house that we just created. Store some of our food. Store that bucket. That will be very useful. Store these baskets. We'll be ready to hit the ground running for tomorrow. But I think we'll call this a day.
Hello.
And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. And hopefully you guys enjoyed.